Okay, let's have a look.
Before,
Yeah.
the variables n and t are connected by the formula n equals 96e power kt minus 32.
Is this on? I'll turn it on in a second. Minus 32, yeah. And what's the question?
Where k is a constant, state the value of n when t equals 0. That's the first one.
Is the minus 32 in the power?
No.
Oh. It's not in the power. So you just put n equals 0, t equals 0, and you got 64?
Yeah.
Cool, so that's fine. How many marks is that?
1.
Okay. Well, every mark counts, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen. That's why it's not on. I didn't plug it in. That would be a key, essential part of the process.
So can we do yesterday's paper?
Yeah, but maybe next week?
Oh yeah.
We'll finish this paper. OMG! There we go. Have I got image yet? Ah, for goodness sake. Hello? Yes, we have image. Okay. Right, what's the next part?
Find the value of, when t equals 3 and n equals 736, find the value of k, giving your answer in the form ln a where a is an integer.
Okay, so what's t, I'm sorry?
3.
Yeah.
And n is 736.
And you want to find the k.
Yeah.
So that's 736 equals 96e 3k minus 32. Did you do that?
Yeah.
So that's 768 equals 96e 3k.
Yeah.
Good. And you divide it by 96?
Oh yeah. 768 over 96.
Good. And then you took the log?
No, I don't know that part.
Ah, so what? We divide by the 96,
Mm.
and then you put a log on the left and on the right, and log cancels e. So now you get 3k equals log 768 over 96. Once you get that answer on your calculator, you divide it by 3.
Okay.
Alright, so this is where you got stuck.
Wait, why did you cut the 3 on the left?
Oh, because I want k.
Okay.
So I divide by 3.
So that one, the other 3 gets cut too.
Oh no, it was like this. The 3 is here, and I divide by 3 and divide by 3.
Oh, okay.
Cross multiply,
Yeah.
you know. What question are you doing? Are you doing this one? Which one are you doing there? Huh? Ah. I think it'd be good if you could look at this one. This is B4.
Do we have to give him, like, we have to solve that?
Well, what does it say in the question? Does it say anything about decimal
Oh,
points?
no, it says an ln form. Yeah.
In which
Yeah,
form?
ln, form ln a where a is an integer.
LNA.
Yeah.
So, I can see now. Yeah, okay. So, this is a bit tricky, because it would be easier if they just wanted a decimal, but they want you to clean it up first. So there's a rule that says you can bring these numbers up to the power.
Okay. Yeah.
So, could you type in 768 over 96 power a third, and hopefully hopefully that will give you a nice, neat number. Hopefully. This is the second part we're doing now, getting the K.
2.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. What's the next part now? It's like predict.
dn over dt.
Oh, dn over dt. Okay.
When t equals 2.
So the derivative of this, you bring the 3 down. So 96 times 3 is 288, I think.
Not the k, like 3k.
You're right, I'm looking at the wrong blooming thing, haven't I? The k comes down. So
Yeah.
it's 96k, and we know what the k is. EKT minus 32. What did you say the t was?
2.
So it's 2 is, okay, so it's 96 log 2 e 2 log 2 minus 32. You just put it in on the calculator.
Oh, it's gone.
What? Piece of junk. There you go. Can you see okay? What was it?
2, 3, 4.
It probably says 3 significant figures, so that's 2, 3, 4. I don't even know what the story is. What's the N supposed to be in the T? What did they say it is? They don't give any story, it's just a formula. Okay. Because you know, sometimes they say like N represents the, and T is in months or whatever, you know. Mosa, how was the test yesterday? Is that a good smile or a bad smile?
I feel like it was the same as
Same result as last time. And the beer, what do you think?
It was better than the.
Better than the last time?
Yeah, but like it was still a bit hard.
But better than
Like,
last time?
Yeah, but better. Like I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, well, the time was a little bit tight. Okay, what's the next part here?
It's the log.
Oh, it's that log thing to simplify, is it? What the heck is it? Oh no, it's the 3 log expressions. Yeah, you can read them out to me. So what's the first one? 2 log base x.
Base x 8 equals 3.
Okay. Mosa, do you know what to do first here with this log one? Or you, Abir? Any ideas on what to do first?
The 2 goes above 8.
Yeah, the 2 can go to the 8. So you get log x 64 equals 3. Oh, what's next?
I'm not sure.
Well, you got the first step done. Any ideas, Mosa? So, do you remember what I say the log means, the meaning of the log? There's another way you can write this.
X raised to power 3 is 64.
There you go. So now what do I do next?
Like x raised, like what is x?
Yeah, so how can I figure that out?
I mean, like the number raised to 3 should give 64.
Yeah, and how do you get that? Ah, you do know it, Bear. Cube root of 64, you know that. What is that? 4? think it's 4. I think you just pretend you don't know sometimes, Abir.
No.
You too, Mosa. Alright, what's next now?
Log base 8 2x equals 3.
Log base 8 2x,
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
equals
3.
3. Okay, so you gave us the first step last time, Abir. Mosa, what do you think might be the first step for this one now? What do you think? Any ideas? No? Abir, any ideas?
8 power 3 is 2x.
8 power 3 equals 2x.
Yeah.
What the heck is 8 power 3? Pretty big number. Come in, is that you, Sevi? I got your email, thanks for emailing me. Did you get everything sorted out?
Yeah.
With the visa? Yeah, okay, grand.
512.
Equals 2x.
Yeah.
So then x is 512, so that's 2,
Over
2, 6,
256.
256. Okay. Right, there's one left, is there, in this one?
Log base 3
Yeah.
bracket 2x plus 1 plus log base 3 bracket x minus 3 equals 2.
Okay. That's harder than the other two. Any ideas on what to do first?
Log 3.
2x.
Make a fraction.
Make it a what?
Like a fraction.
Not a fraction. I think you're saying the wrong word, maybe.
Multiplication.
Multiplication equals 2. What I'll do, I'll expand this, okay? So that's 2x squared, x minus 6x is minus 5x, minus 3.
And then you can bring the 3 to other side.
Yeah, so what do I say now?
So like 2x squared
Yeah,
minus 5x minus 3, but other side is 3 to the power of 2.
that's it, yeah. So that's a 9. So that's 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 equals 0.
Yeah. And the same for x.
And then solve here. 2x, x, 6 and 2, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 6 and 4, 6 and 2, 12 and 10, no. 2, 4. I can either have 12 and 1, 1 and 12, 4 and 3, 3 or 4, 6 or 2, 2 or 6. I need to get a 5 in the middle. 12 and 2 is not going to do it. 24 is definitely not going to do it. 4 and 6 isn't going to do it. 3 and 8. 3 and 8. That's going to do it. 3 and so I think it's going to be 3 here and 4 here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need minus 8 plus 3. Okay, there we go. So x equals minus 3 over 2 or 4. Now you need to check that both answers are okay though. So I think if we put 4 in, we're okay, because 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. That's okay, you can get the log of 9. And then 4 minus 3 is 1, isn't it? So that's okay. Can you put in minus 3 over 2? 2 times minus 3 over 2. I don't know if you can. That's minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Can't get log of minus 2. I don't think this answer will work. Yeah, no, it's definitely not going to work, because if you have a negative here and a negative here, this is definitely a negative number. You can't get log of a negative number. It's important for the log questions that you check that both your answers work. And you can do this by making sure that you don't have any problems when you try to use the answer. So in fact, I think we have to reject this answer and accept this one. Did you try this one, Savvy? At home, I mean?
I did 6 exams. I don't know which one this is.
Does it look familiar?
I don't know.
Alright. Right, are we on to number 5?
Yeah.
Okay, what's 5 about?
It's the cuboid one.
Ah, okay. So, you have a picture of a cuboid, do you? Okay, what is on the picture?
One side is 8 centimeter.
Like this one?
Yeah, it's H. No, H.
The height is 8 centimeters? Okay.
No, it's just like
Huh?
just H.
Oh, H,
Yeah.
So height is height.
3, height is height, 3x and 5x.
Yeah.
Okay, and what did they say in the question? They give you the volume, do they?
Yeah, 3,600 centimeter cube.
3,600 centimeters cubed, okay?
Yeah, and then find H in terms of X.
Okay, so what should we do first?
Use the formula.
Yeah, which one?
The surface area.
Not the surface area
The
one,
volume
the
one.
volume one, yeah. So volume equals 3x by 5x by h. So that means 3600 is 15x squared h. Abir, does 15 go into 3600? Can you do 3600 divided by 15? Does that work?
Yeah, it's 240 over X squared.
So it's 240 and then you divide by x squared and that gives you the h. 1 mark? 2 marks?
3 mark. No, sorry, 2 marks. Yeah.
2 marks, okay. That's okay. What's part 2?
Show the surface area
Okay.
given by A equals 3.
Okay, don't tell me what it is. Let's see if I can match it up with that then. So the surface area. Now, does it say anything in the question about the top being open?
No.
Okay, because I sometimes with these problems, there's no lid on the box, so you don't want to count that side.
Okay.
But this one, I think you do count it. So let's look at it. This side here is 3x times h. But you have 2 of them, because there's one at the back as well. So there's 2 of these. Plus, and then you have 5x by h.
2, 5.
But again, there's 2 of them. And then you have the top and the bottom. And that's 3x by 5x, so that's 15x squared. And once again, 2 of them. So that's 6xh plus 10xh plus 30x squared. So that's 30x squared plus 16xh. And h is 240 over x squared. So that's 30x squared plus whatever 240 times 16 is. Do you mind bashing that in? 240 times 16?
3840.
3840 over x, because that cancels with that. Now, did they write it as 1 fraction or 2?
It's 1.
1. So I need to put it all over x, and this is like it's over 1. So that's 30x cubed plus 3840. I feel like I've done something wrong.
No, sir, they didn't put it as 1.
Oh, they kept it as 2.
Yeah.
And was it
Like,
this?
they didn't use like 30x squared over 1. Yeah, it's just like this.
Yes.
Oh, right. Good timing to stop. All right. So I got this is the answer.
Okay.
No, I'm asking. Like, is this the answer?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay. That was a real question. Okay. So this is right. Yeah. Okay. So what's the next part then? Probably
use-
find the maximum, is it, or the minimum?
Yeah, use dA over dx to find the value of x, which gives the minimum surface area.
So I would first change this into 30x squared plus 3840 x minus 1. And then we have dA dx equals 60x minus 3840 x minus 2. And that should equal, if we want a minimum or a maximum, what should it equal? 0. Yeah? Yeah, you look confused?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mixed minimum and maximum, okay.
Yeah, for both minimum and maximum, you want the derivative to equal 0. That's how you find it.
Okay.
So if I say what is the min or max, you make the derivative equal to 0. The answer here is the answer you're looking for. I'll just change this into 60x minus 3840 over x squared equals 0. I'm going to bring that to the right over x squared. I'm going to cross multiply, so bring my x up to make that x cubed and bring my 60 down, like that. So the last thing I need to do is just to get the cube root of that number. It gives me the x. I can cancel the zeros actually. Yeah.
4.
Exactly 4.
Yeah.
Now, was the question asking you to find x?
Yeah.
And is the next, let me guess, is the next part saying to confirm it's a minimum? Yeah. So, in part 4, how do we check if it's a minimum? We need to use the second derivative. So the second derivative will be 60 plus 2 times 3840 x minus 3. You differentiate this guy again. And then you sub in the 4 and you get a positive. And positive second derivative means it's a minimum. Is there another part?
Yeah. Find the minimum surface area.
Okay, so then just work out what the area is. So if you go back to the picture, sub it in. What do we say x was? 4. So this side is 12, this side is 20, and the height h is 240 over 16. So 240 over 16, that's 120 over 8, that's 60 over 4, 30, yeah, I was getting there, 30 over 2, 15. So 15 by 20 by 12, so let's see, that is 240 by 15. What the heck is that? 10 and 4, 14, 0, 2, 4. Is it 3800? 12 by 20 by 15?
It's 12 by 20 by 15.
12 by 20 by 15, yeah.
It's 36.
Oh, I did it too quickly. 36?
Yeah.
3600 centimeters squared. I suppose that previous answer would have been centimeters.
Sir, can you scroll up to the...
Yeah. To which part?
The second part. Yeah.
Sir, can we do exam questions?
That's what, who asked me that earlier?
Like yesterday's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you asked me that as well.
I won't do the APGP part. I got stuck.
We'll do it next week because we might as well get this exam finished. There's only one question left in it. Anyways, it's better if we do it next week because you have the video solutions up on YouTube. Remember, I did it in class after the exam at Christmas. So if you just go back and look at the dates, because the dates are in the video title, you want to look for the tutorial, look for the first tutorial or the first class after your maths exam. So I don't know what date the maths exam was on, but if you just look by the date, you could figure out which one it is. I would have done it in a double class, I think.
It's the same exam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you want to have a look at that video and then we could look at it next week too. Yeah. Right, shall we go on to 6? Yeah? You want to look at the AP and GP from that exam?
Yeah.
The APGP.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the GP part, not the. I mean the second bit.
What was the second bit of the GP part?
I think it was like
It was
find
Third
R
term,
and then
third
A.
term is 80. Sixth term is
One of these.
156.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about for you, Moza? Yeah. How was section A?
Section A, like there were some questions. I thought I'd come back to them. Like I think
But you
3
didn't.
questions, but then I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, okay. How was section A, Sevi?
Same. I left 2 questions.
You left 2. Moza?
Yeah, I think there was a question A4 or maybe A6.
That you had trouble with?
No, the one that has
Is A4 the probability one?
like
Cos
that.
theta?
No, that's like x is 12 times bigger.
Oh, that one.
Binomial theorem.
That one. Yeah. That's a hard one. Yeah. Okay. What's number 6 now?
It's a figure.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
area of
okay.
the curve.
I'll have to draw this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Goodness. The heck? Oh.
So let's not do
I
this.
don't know how to do this.
If only life was that nice. But I'm afraid we have to. Right, there's the y-axis, there's the x-axis, x, y. And then we have a quadratic, y equals 1 over 8x squared. And then we have a point P here, and a straight line down to P. And then you have another function here, y equals 1 over x. And then at this point here you have a 6. And I guess later we'll want to get this area. So, okay, here you go, where you can take it back. The first part is they want to figure out where the P is. So the P is where this guy meets with this guy. I'll try and put in a bit of colour. So this one here is in red. And then this one here is in blue. And they meet here at this P. So, any ideas how to figure out that?
Sub in the y.
Yeah, it's kind of like subbing. So you have y for both of these.
Yeah.
So you can say 1 over 8x squared equals
Y.
1 over x, yeah. And then what should I do next? I should cross multiply. So I get x cubed equals 8. I bring the x up and the 8 up. Yeah? So, what's x then?
2.
2. Okay. That's not so bad. What's part B now?
Find the equation of line L.
Now, is L a normal? I think they say that in the question. Probably.
No.
They must. Oh, no, okay, they don't. That's okay, they don't. It doesn't matter because you have. Do you have 2 points?
I feel like L is a tangent.
Is L this one?
Because it says that the line x equals 6 and line L, which is a tangent to the curve, the y value, and at the point P.
This is not L? The line L, which is a tangent to the curve y equals 1 over x.
So is that
Okay.
normal or
No, I thought it was I thought it was a normal to the red curve, but it's a tangent to the blue curve. You see the blue curve here?
yeah?
It's a tangent there to this blue one.
So we differentiate.
We differentiate. Which function? This one. The blue one. Okay? So y equals x power minus 1. So that means dy dx equals minus x minus 2. And the x, we worked it out, it was 2. So that's minus 1 over 2 squared, which is 4. So now you have y equals mx plus c. But we still have to get the c. We have to sub in a point. Now the point we have is P. Now we know the x value, it's 2. But we don't know the y value. How can we get the y value?
Subbing that.
Yeah, sub it in. You can sub it into either of these equations, you'll get the same answer, 1 over 2. So if we sub this point in here now, we get y equals m x plus c. So that means a half equals minus a half plus c, so c equals 1.
Wait, for getting the y, did you sub in the negative 1 over 4?
For getting this y,
Yeah.
I subbed in the 2 into that.
Oh.
Or into that. Same answer.
So negative 1 over 4 is the gradient.
Yes, sorry, that's that guy there. Because it was the derivative. So you have y equals minus a quarter x plus 1. That's the answer for B. That was the answer for A. I don't think it's that bad, is it? Really? No. What's C now?
Confirm that line L meets the x-axis at 4, 0.
Yeah, so in other words, they want you to find out where this crosses the x-axis. So how do you figure out where this guy crosses the x?
Sub in the points.
Sub in what exactly?
4 and 0.
That would work. You could sub in 4 and 0. Let's pretend that they didn't give it. How would you get it? You would solve y equal to 0. But I think you're right, Savvy. Because they gave you the point, you might as well use it. So if we sub in 4 and 0, it should be true. So I put in 4 and 0. So y is 0 and x is 4. Is this equation true? The answer is yes. Because it's minus 1 plus 1. Okay, D. Is it get the area?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shaded on the diagram.
Yeah, but I got that shaded there, so it's that area.
That is bound by the curve y equals
Yeah.
1 over x, the
Yeah.
x-axis line, the line L, and
Ah, yeah. In other words, it's the area that they
Yeah.
drew in the picture. Now, this one is an integration, but you have to be really careful here because you actually have two shapes, okay? You see, here and here is one shape, and then here and here is, the left piece here is another shape. Now, it's kind of hard to see that, I agree. There's two different shapes. I'm going to get the one on the right first, okay? So that's the area here under this guy. So that would be you integrate from 4 to 6, 1 over x dx. That's this guy here. Because this is 1 over x, and it's the area under 1 over x. From 4 to 6. They tell you that this is 4. I'll write it in. Now, this area on the left is a little bit different because it's the area between the blue curve and the green curve. And how do you get the area between two curves? Do you remember what the trick is?
is there a formula?
Kind of like a formula, yeah. What do you do? So like, if this blue one is F and this green one is G, how do you get the area in between the two?
Product rule and chain rule.
No, it's not that. It's not that. No?
There's a, I don't remember.
Subtractor?
That's all, subtracted.
Oh.
So it's F minus G. So 1 over X is the blue one, isn't it? 1 over X minus 1 over 8X squared. 1 over X minus 1 over 8X squared. And what's the limits? It's from 2 to 4. So in other words, if you calculate this, you're finished. Let's clean it up a little. Well, the first guy we know, that becomes log x, 4 to 6. Yeah? And that becomes log x. And this one here, increase the power by 1 and divide by the new power. 8 times 3, 24. And then we also here put in 2 and 4. So I'll put in 6 minus 4 plus 4 minus 2. That's nice because those two guys cancel. That's log 6 minus 4 cubed, 64 over 24 minus log 2 minus 8 over 24. So that's going to be log 3 minus 72 over 24, which is 36 over 12, which is 18 over 6, which is 3. So the answer will be log 3 minus 3 when you simplify it. Now, do they ask you for an exact answer or not?
Which one is it?
Part D.
No, they don't.
Okay, good. So that means you could have stopped here and just used the calculator to get a decimal. You only need to go this far in simplifying if they asked you for an exact answer. But they didn't. So you could have stopped here.
Okay.
How many marks was this? 6?
6 marks, yeah.
6, you see?
Yeah. Okay. 3 steps.
Yeah, but the problem is getting started. Figuring out what the first step is really like the hard part. You know? That's the tricky part. Because if I gave you that, that's fine. But figuring that out is hard. Yeah. Is that the end of the exam?
No, there's one more.
Oh, is there? Okay, what's the last part? E, is it?
Yeah. Find the non-zero value of x when the gradients of the curves y equals 1 over 8x squared and y equals 1 over x are perpendicular to each other.
That's interesting. They want to know when will these be perpendicular. So we need to get the slopes of each of them. Okay? So the slope here, bring down the power, reduce the power by 1. And the slope here, bring down the power and reduce the power by 1, you'll get that guy. Because you can change this into x minus 1 and it becomes minus 1x minus 2. Okay? So this guy has a slope of x over 4 and this one has a slope of minus 1 over x squared. And you want them to be perpendicular. So what do you know about their slopes if they're perpendicular? No, equal is if they're parallel.
It's negative reciprocal.
One is the negative reciprocal of the other.
Okay, so one
How
is-
could we make that as a nice, neat little equation?
Doesn't they equal to negative 1?
What exactly equals negative 1?
Times them?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing as what you're saying.
Okay.
So what you're saying is, one is the negative reciprocal of the other. That has the same meaning as saying when you multiply them you should get minus 1.
Okay.
That's a little bit more convenient because then all I have to do is multiply these two and say it's equal to minus 1. Now that's nice because what you can do here is you can cancel this minus 1 with that minus 1. You can cancel the x with the x here. So you're left with 1 over 4x equals 1. So that means 1 equals 4x. So x is a quarter. So that's the answer for that one. What was that? 2 marks? 3 marks?
3 marks.
3 marks. And that nicely finishes up for this time. So next week we'll have a look at that paper we did yesterday. Is that what we feel like doing? Yeah? Yeah? Okie dokie. What class you got next?
English for 3.
Oh, that's the triple class, yeah. Yeah. With who?
Isabel.
Ah, that's not too bad. Could be worse. Could have been with Connell.